Hi, this is Jen Abel, and this is my quick screencast on showing you the results of my water filter. So first I wanted to kind of look at the levels of inquiry here and see how teacher-centered or student-centered the project was. Now, the beginning of the project that was given to us, we were asked to create a filter that models the way the earth filters water. So that was driven by the teacher. We were told to do that. But the remaining categories were much more student-centered. So, for example, I was the one that decided how I would filter the water and how I would decide whether or not it was clean. I also got to decide how I would summarize my evidence and how I would communicate it with you. Again, we were suggested to use the screencast tool, but we were left to how we would explain that. Now, I did have to do some research because I didn't have a lot of background knowledge, and I did have to do a Google image search to help me understand what the horizontal levels in the ground looked like that would work together in that infiltration process. And then you can also see how I decided to create my stackable filter and which items in my kit I used to represent the layers of the earth. So I did make a few quick videos here for you, just to kind of see how mine went. The first little thing here showed me poking the pinholes in the bottom. Hindsight, I needed way more pinholes and probably larger holes. My entire filter, once I put the water in, took about 4 hours to go through those cups. So definitely bigger holes would have helped. Here I am creating the stackable feature with the pins on the sides. And then here I am putting my resources into each cup to represent the layers. So I've got the charcoal for the bedrock on the bottom, that was the gravel, and then the charcoal for the fragmented rock. Above that, for the subsoil, I had the sand, and then above that, the alum for the topsoil, and above that, the cheesecloth for the humus. And then this was my first attempt trying to put my water in to the cheesecloth. It kind of pours over the side. Not a total failure yet, but things got more out of hand here where I got some sort of reaction, I'm guessing, between the alum, and this was actually the sand cup that was oozing over. So I'm not totally sure what happened there. I'm definitely interested in doing a little research and finding out why it would react that way. And then, of course, I knocked over my cups and got to start over. So here we have my second go-round here. And this is the one that did finally filter the whole way through. Again, it took about 4 hours to get to the end. My top humus layer with my cheesecloth took out the most of the big pieces of dirt, and actually the cup itself with the pinholes in the bottom also did some filtering, so I had extra level there that I hadn't counted on. Here's what remained of the alum layer. Now the sand layer, surprising to me anyway, turned into just like a hard rock, and I think that's where all of my time went in terms of that long process. It just got stuck here. And on the way out of this level, my water was actually looking pretty clear. And then another kind of issue that I ran into, you'll see, is that I probably should have rinsed the charcoal before I started, because when I got to the end of my filter, my water was actually darker than it was in the middle. So in that middle layer, after it came out of the sand, it was much more clear. This was my final product. And again, I think it got more cloudy because of that charcoal level.